Ben, can you tell us what else has been happening in the world of gaming?
Yeah, sure. So we'll dive into some news. The first one of these comes out from the guys at Mantic Games. Now, they've got some plans and stuff in the future for what's happening with The Walking Dead. They're going to be taking things into the city of Alexandria and sort of seeing how that sort of develops there. But one of the other big things they announced is they're going to be doing a new board game, which is called Here's Negan. And the idea behind this is it tells a little bit more of the backstory between Negan and his lieutenants. And so, those horrible, cruel people that serve underneath Negan. And the idea of this is that you're going to be playing as Negan's lieutenants, walking throughout one of the sanctuaries and having to slay as many zombies as possible to impress Negan. But it's not just the zombies that you have to fear out there, because Negan has a little bit of retaliation of his own, and there are other things out there as well, including your other survivors. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all comes together and sort of showing off the sort of all-out war mechanics, a little bit more of a tighter scenario as well, which is really cool. All of the models that you get in the set are very fully compatible with All Out War as well. So if you want to use them from the game into your skirmish games on the tabletop as well, you've got those options there going forward, which is really neat. But yeah, it was just neat to see that they're doing a little bit more with the Walking Dead property and going in the direction of a board game as well, which is pretty interesting. So you've got a little bit more of a self-contained game for you to play, as well as a slightly more broad skirmish game between the two players and stuff, which is neat. So yeah, very cool.
This looks like the perfect way to expand upon Walking Dead, the Walking Dead miniatures game. What's it called? All Out War?
All Out War, yeah.
Yeah. Have you played that one much?
Of course, we had a boot camp for it.
Oh, of course. That was while I was away. So.
Yeah. While Sam was halfway around the planet, we had a boot camp for The Walking Dead. This game actually intrigues me. So, having a look here, you see the stat cards that are out and around here?
Yeah.
The stats are quite different, so I'm wondering, will you get another set of stat cards in this to convert the characters from this to All Out War? But
I wouldn't imagine so, because I think a lot of Negan's stuff and his lieutenants have already been done in All Out of War, so you can kind of use their stats but with alternative models if you wanted to go forward, which would be cool. So interestingly, going back to what we were talking about there in kind of terms of like the future for what Mantic are planning, they did a little bit of a chat with Ronnie earlier in the week. And he was saying that they're going to be doing some really nice stuff with linked campaigns. There's going to be more focus on larger scale engagements between groups and gangs. So they're actually looking towards a little bit more of like a tournament style play, where you'll actually buy larger gangs that will go up against each other in that kind of format as well. As I say, they've got ideas for like campaign play, which is really awesome, and things like that too. So, and obviously, as I say, they're going to be following the story and developing things to do with, like, I think they're called the Hunters as well, I believe, which will be really nice to see in the game, and sort of where they're going with that. And telling different stories that are not just about sort of like scrounging for supplies in the suburbs, and a little bit more about that fight for survival in an urban environment, which would be really cool. So yeah.
Well, I mean, like, looking at the game map here, if the scale is the exact same as All Out War,
yeah,
I would dearly hope that Mantic will do this modular tile system to do the world of The Walking Dead, to actually let you lay out different maps with these different tiles.
That'd be really.
I mean, like, I remember when we had the boot camp, we played on so many different kinds of maps, but my favourite one was actually quite an enclosed one. It was the shopping mall that Foreground do. So actually having like a tile set that you can lay out to actually do your stuff in could be very fun.
Interior games, that would be really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So actually having two groups of survivors, you found nuclear bunker X, and you're going in to actually try and see if there are any MREs left in there. But unfortunately, all the soldiers who were there, well, they got locked inside. There were still some MREs left, but they died. And now there's a horde of zombies already in here waiting for you.
I think zombies are at their scariest when you find yourself locked in with them, when you're stuck in the enclosed space with them.
Well, there's actually a thing I would love to take the entire office to, if we can convince Warren to do it sometime. So I believe it's in Wales. A group.
Is this that nuclear bunker that does the underground zombie shooting? No.
Yeah.
No.
With airsoft.
No.
So
no. Yeah, zombies freak the hell out of me.
So basically, in Wales, what this company does is they take you to an ex-nuclear bunker, which they've bought. They give you some airsoft rifles, and they have a staff of people done up in full makeup of zombies. So you're running around shooting zombies with airsoft shotguns and stuff in the dark.
Very cool.
To quote my friend Cheyenne, that's a LARP.
That's a LARP indeed, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Because I mean, like, I remember I went to an open day for Mantic one time. They had actually hired those guys in to come into their new office space, which hadn't been fully done up yet. So they had one side of it where there was no power. So it's like they had people
It was very-
going down in to kill zombies and get a key, and if you got the key, you got a prize.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, unfortunately that day the building wasn't in the best shape. It started to rain, and they had to shut the entire power grid down because they were scared of electrocuting people. Because there was water flowing in through the roofs.
I would love to do something like
I'll be prepared
that,
now.
but I know my imagination would make it too real for me. I would be freaking the hell out the whole time with zombies in an underground bunker.
No, you see, what we do is we make it like a Splinter Cell, so you're the person on the other end of the radio monitoring all the security cameras.
Oh yeah, you could do that kind of thing.
Keep me as far away from the zombies as possible. I like this. Okay.
Yeah, but then you can direct myself or Warren into them if we pissed you off that day.